Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the things I liked for December and some of the things I didn't like for December. So if you guys want to see what my favorites were this month and what my flops were this month, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start with the good things that I really liked this month, and then I will get to the bad. I do have a pretty equal amount of both, so we're just going to jump right on into it. The first thing that I've been loving is this Soul, I'm not sure how you say the brand, but you can buy this brand at Sephora, and it smells so good, you guys. They have a hand lotion, they have a body spray, they have, I think they have a lip product as well, and it leaves your skin so soft and firm. And the smell, like once you put this lotion on your hands, the smell will last for hours. Like I'll be sitting around 5 hours after I put this on and I can still smell it. So it's not one of those lotions that kind of the scent disappears. Now it is a pretty strong scent, so I do feel if you get migraines and headaches, which I do daily, this might give you a headache. It does give me a headache a little bit. The smell it smells so good, and it just leaves your skin feeling so soft that I cannot pass it up. So if you guys have never heard of this brand, you should definitely go check them out. No, I am not sponsored by them by any means, but I really do like this brand. I will link it down in the description bar. The next thing that I've been loving is this MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I used to use this back when I was in high school, and I just got this one. They make, I want to say like 9 different shades of it. It is an eyeshadow base, and this really does make the colors more vibrant, and you know, your eyeshadow is not going to slip off throughout the day. It really does make your eyeshadow last all day. It makes it vibrant. It's kind of like any regular eyeshadow base, honestly. I do have oily eyelids, so this really does work to, you know, make sure that the eyeshadow isn't breaking up on my eyelid, because we've all been there. We've all had a day, we're at work, we go to a public restroom, we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, makeup looks terrible. Well, with this keeps my eyeshadow looking like I just applied it, even though I applied it hours beforehand. So I definitely do recommend getting an eyeshadow primer, whether it's this one from MAC or, you know, a drugstore one. They really, really do help your eyeshadow last so much longer. The next thing that I've been loving is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm. You guys, this stuff, if you like coconut, you're gonna love this stuff. It smells so good, and seriously, oh my gosh, I hate when I do that. It smells so good, and it kind of gives your lips like a nice glossy look. I do really like it. I do apply this before I go to bed, and I wake up the next morning and my lips are just, they feel refreshed, revived, and soft and plump. So I definitely recommend getting this. Like I said, if you like coconut, you're gonna love the smell of this. It smells like pure straight up coconut. The next things that I've been loving is for my brows. I've been really loving the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and the Anastasia Brow Wiz Pencil. I have the Benefit one in this shade, I think it's number 2. Then for the Anastasia one, I have it in the shade Taupe. And I've really been liking this. I do like pomades as well, but I've been kind of using more brushes recently. It is what I have in my brows now, the Anastasia one. Now, I know it looks red. I don't know why my brows look red, or at least I think they look red, but in person they look taupe. So I know the camera is coming off a little bit different than what the color actually is, but it is a really nice color, and I think that if you're blonde or if you have a similar hair color to me, this color would really work for you. I don't really like my natural brow color. It's very blonde, and I just like something that's a little bit darker because my roots are a little bit darker. So I do like this. And the Benefit one is just as good too. They're both creamy. They both glide on very, very easily. The spoolies are really nice. This is the Benefit spoolie. Really nice size spoolie. And this is the Anastasia one. So If you guys fill in your brows and you like pencils, I would definitely recommend picking these two up. They work. The next thing that I've been loving for contour is the Fenty Matchstick in the color Amber. I think this is the perfect contour color. Like, it is the coolest tone brown I've ever seen. And it just looks so good on the skin, and it blends out. Look at that. It blends out like butter. It's so easy to blend out. Whether you're using a brush or a beauty blender, I usually use a beauty blender. I'm not a facial brush person, but it blends out very, very quick, and it doesn't take long by any means to blend it out. It takes maybe like a minute at most to blend it out, and then you're good to go. So I think what drew me to this is the color. Just like the cool tone shade in here, I haven't seen anything like it, honestly. And it really does work for my skin tone. So if you are very fair like me, I really think you'll like this color. And, you know, I'm trying to explore my options more and get more into cream-based things because I have mostly powder things. And this is a really good cream contour. So I definitely recommend it. The next thing that I've been liking is this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronzer. This is what it looks like. I believe this is the lightest one. And it is shimmery, which I do like. It does have a sheen to it. You guys can see that right there. And it just looks so good on the skin. It is what I'm wearing right now. If you guys can tell, it's very light. It doesn't come up dark whatsoever on my skin. I kind of do have to build it up to get a little bit darker, honestly. But it just leaves the nicest lit from within bronzer shade, in my opinion. Like, it makes my skin look really, really good. I don't know, I've been really into this lately, and I like more contour colors than I do actual bronzer colors, because I feel like bronzers are more warm, and with my skin tone, I can't wear a lot of warm stuff. It looks muddy, it looks orange, it looks red, it doesn't look good. So when I saw this and I saw that it was cool toned, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, I have to try this. And the pan, you guys, like, it is the size of the whole palm of your hand. It is huge. This is gonna last you forever. Like, I really don't think you're ever gonna run out of this. So, and it's drugstore, which is even better. The next thing that I've been loving, the last two things, are highlighters. I've really been loving this MAC highlighter, and it is Double Gleam Extra Skin Finish. So this is what it looks like. Very, very blinding, as you can see right here on my hand. It's very, very blinding, and it's a really pretty gold. Now, for my skin tone, a lot of golds can come off. You know, if you're looking straight at me, you can see like kind of a dark cast with some golds, but with this one you don't see that because it's kind of like a white gold, in my opinion, and it just gives you a beautiful lit from within glow. You can make it very subtle if you want, or you can make it very blinding. Mine's kind of like in the middle right now, but it does build up, and it doesn't exaggerate your pores or like your texture in that area. I know some highlights can do that, but this one doesn't. It just goes on very smooth and buttery, and I really do like this color. I think if you have a darker skin complexion, this might leave a white cast on your face, but this does suit many skin tones, in all honesty. Every time I wear this, I can't stop looking at myself. It's just so freaking pretty. So definitely recommend this highlighter. I'm a huge highlighter junkie. If there's one thing, if I was on an island and I could only have 3 makeup products with me, highlighter would be one of them, 100%. And the last highlighter that I have this is from NYX. I think NYX and Nikita Dragun collaborated on this, and it's the Born to Glow highlighter, and it kind of looks white in the pan, but it's actually gold, like a white gold. And it looks so pretty. I know that's like a weird place for me to swatch it, but I promise you This looks so good. Like, I'm gonna apply some. Look how blinding that is. I'm gonna apply some on my nose here. Like, that is blinding. Or I like to use this for like an inner corner highlight. Excuse me. This is this blinding, and it's drugstore. Like, that is a freaking steal. And it does have glitter in it. So if you're not one of those people that likes highlighter with, you know, a little bit of glitter in it, you might not like this, but it honestly is the prettiest. Like, look at this inner corner. Look at my nose. Like, it's so blinding, you guys. I definitely recommend it, and I think it's only like $6 or something, which you really can't beat the price for the quality that you're getting. Now on to the not so good stuff. First thing that I'm not really caring for right now is this CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Skin Primer, the Skin Smoothing Primer. I don't know what it is. It does smooth your skin, yes, but every time I wear it, I just notice that my foundation kind of just lingers in my fine lines. Like, it just kind of seeps in there, like it's being drawn into my fine lines, and I do not like that whatsoever. So I really don't think that this primer, it does blur, yes, and it does smooth your skin, and I do think it makes your makeup last a little bit longer, but for some reason it just doesn't agree with my skin. Everything's constantly falling into my fine lines when I wear this, and you know, that is a deal breaker for me. I don't want to use a primer that does that, so I'm gonna have to pass on this. The next thing that I'm not really loving is this Party Animal palette from Laura Lee. And the only reason I'm not loving it is because I do not like the color scheme of this. This is not, you know, I'm more into like a lot of neutrals and everyday palettes, but I don't really care for this color scheme. You can't make looks with this, in my opinion. Like, there's not much you can do. These colors don't really go together. And I do really like colorful looks, don't get me wrong, but I just don't, when I look at this palette, I can't think of any eye looks to make with it because of how the color scheme is. So yeah, this isn't my favorite palette, so I am gonna have to pass on this as well, just because I can't create looks with this. The next thing that I'm not liking, which it's kind of 50-50. I do like this product, but I'll explain why I don't like it. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and the reason I like this is because it does cover your blemishes, you know, your redness, your hyperpigmentation, your scars, and all that stuff. But for me personally, I have very dry under eyes, and this, when I put this under my eyes, it just makes my under eyes look like shit. I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes here. That's just how my eyes are, and this settles into those fine lines. It looks cakey because I have dry under eyes, and I do use an eye cream. So I don't know why this is just too drying for under my eyes, sadly, but it is a really good concealer. I still do use it, don't get me wrong. I do use it to conceal. I can't use it under my eyes, which kind of sucks because that's what most people use this for. They say it's, you know, comparable, a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, but for me, I don't reach for it as much because when I think of a concealer, I think of an all-in-one. I can do my under eyes. I can do blemishes, I can do my nose. You know, when I think of a concealer, I want to use a concealer that can do all those things for me, and this can't do all those things for me, sadly. So I don't tend to grab it as much, but if I have really severe breakouts, I will grab this because the coverage is amazing, not gonna lie. Like, I love the coverage, and it's so affordable. So I do pass on it most of the time when I'm reaching for concealer just because I can't use it under my eyes. The next thing that I'm not loving is this brow gel from Rimmel. And the only reason I don't like it is because of the wand. I think the wand is too big, and it is clear, so you're not going to get color like on your face, but it's just, I have thin brows, so using this, it's about the thickness of my brow, and I prefer smaller wands just because I think it's just easier to get into your brow hairs, and this wand is just too big for me. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I don't like the wand size. I would prefer a little bit of a smaller wand size. The next thing that I'm not really liking is this Maybelline Dewy and Smooth foundation, the Fit Me foundation. Now guys, I love the matte and poreless. I love the matte and poreless. I don't like this dewy one because This one oxidizes so bad and it looks incredibly orange on me. Now, this is the Matte and Poreless in 110 and this is the Dewy and Smoothing 110. You can already see that the Dewy and Smooth here is darker than the Matte and Poreless here, even though they're the same exact shade. This one does oxidize way too much to the point where I don't even want to wear it. And it also does have sunscreen in it, which is probably why it oxidizes. And the matte one does not have sunscreen in it, I'm pretty sure, so I think that's why I like this better. But yeah, I never grabbed this. I don't even know why I still have it. I would prefer, I don't like to throw makeup away. I'd rather give it to someone that is going to use it. So that's why I've kind of just held on to it. But yeah, I never grabbed this just because it oxidizes way too bad for me, so that's a pass. The next thing that I'm not liking is this Pretty Vulgar blush. I think I got this in my BoxyCharm. The only reason I don't like it is the color. I love the packaging. Packaging is so pretty. It has these little accents on the side here. It's pretty. But I don't like this blush. It's way too pink for me. And I don't like blushes that are this bright. I prefer neutral blushes or corally types of blushes. I don't gravitate to blushes that are this pink. Because if I would put this color on my skin, it's just, I feel like the pink pigment is going to be so strong that I'm not going to be able to blend it out. So I never grab this. So the only reason I'm passing on it is because of the color. It's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that color on my face. It's not like that for me, so that is why I pass on this. The next thing that I'm not loving is this Benefit Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Now, I see this all over Instagram. It's constantly hyped up. It's constantly advertised, but it's not that I think it's a bad palette. You know, you're getting your money's worth, but the first thing I don't like is the pan sizes. Now, these pan sizes are incredibly small compared to almost every other eyeshadow palette out there. I definitely think you can get prettier eye color palettes. Like, I know Morphe has a colorful one, the Morphe 35B. I'm not sure if it's still being sold or not, but that palette is really good. It's just, I don't know. It's not that I think it's, like, the color payoff is there, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like when you blend these out, the colors are very patchy, and the more you build them up, the worse it gets. I did put a video up on this palette. I'm pretty sure, I think I was like doing a first impressions or something using only BH Cosmetics, and I would use this palette as a last resort, you know, if I needed color and I didn't have any other palettes. But I just think, you know, I've tried better colorful palettes. Like, for example, the brand new palette that just came out with James Charles, the Morphe and James Charles Unleash Your Inner Artist palette, that is way better than this. I think this one's maybe like 23 bucks, which is standard to what most Morphe palettes are. I think the James Charles one is 39 for 39 shades, but I don't care for this. It's not something that I use. And the last thing that I do not like for the month, now I did just get this, but there is one specific reason why I don't like it, and I will explain. This is the Cosmetics, I think it's called Detox Active Charcoal Mask. I got this in my BoxyCharm, and the reason I don't like this, it smells like paint thinner, okay? It smells disgusting. I put this on my face last night. You're supposed to dampen your face and then rub it in and then let it sit on your face for 10 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, when I still had it on, I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and I could still smell it. The smell, like, I was getting nauseous because of how much this smells like paint thinner. And, you know, scent is a big thing for me when it comes to my skincare, because why would I put this on my skin when it smells like paint thinner? Like, that makes me feel like this isn't meant for your skin, because it doesn't smell like a spa. So, yeah, no, I can't do this because of the scent. You know, I'm not even going to keep using this to see what the benefits are because the scent is that bad, and it makes me so nauseous. This is by far one of the worst masks I've ever used in my whole life. Like, do companies think about that? Like, do companies smell their own products and are they like, wow, this smells like shit, maybe we should make it smell better? Or are they just like, it might get some money? This is a no. Alright, you guys, that is it for today's video. Let me know what your guys' favorites are for the month and your flops are for the month, or even in general, the whole year. Like, whatever you guys can't stop putting down versus what you guys will never pick up ever again. Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear maybe something that you like, that you rave about, maybe I'll want to try, and vice versa. So yeah, I just wasn't impressed, you know, with the stuff that I didn't like. And you know, that does kind of suck. I will always give makeup the benefit of the doubt, 100%. Just because something works for me, it doesn't mean it won't work for you, and vice versa. So I totally get that. You know, everybody's face and skin is different, and you know, with how it reacts with products and all that stuff. These are just products I'm never going to gravitate towards, and then the products that I showed for the good, I never stop using those. Hopefully, if you guys are in the works for new highlighters or new bronzer and stuff like that, or even the new lotion that I showed, hopefully you guys will pick it up. I definitely think my likes for this month through the roof. And you're wondering, my hands still smell like that lotion. Ugh, smells so good. Alright, you guys, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit your notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload, so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.